through the first hurdle. Welcome to Frisky Discs.
Frisky Discs.
Podcast about disc golfing in Des Moines. We're here at Grandview Park today. We're going to play the front nine because we decided that our third partner, who will join us later, probably shouldn't put her on the back nine.
We probably shouldn't be on the back nine either, but...
We'll also possibly be joined at some point by our other host, Matt Groom, but we're not sure about that yet. Our fourth host, Nancy Boatwright, he is getting prepared for a vacation up to Lake Okopoji.
And we didn't say who we were. I am Kelly. I'm not that interesting.
I'm Tim, and today I will be throwing an Avere as my putter, and I will be throwing a Beast X as my driver.
My driver is an Avenger SS, no relationship to the other SS.
Or the Avengers.
Or the Avengers. And my putter is the Soft Magnet chain slamming device. It's really shiny. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, Kelly's discs are crafted by Discraft, and mine are from Innova Disc Golf. You can buy both brands at any major disc golf retailer.
Or Amazon. Fun fact, Tim is over 100 years old. He is actually a very famous geriatric disc golfer.
Very much so.
You can look him up on his non-existent Facebook.
Yep, don't do Facebook. That is ridiculous.
Because
Facebook.
He's so fucking old.
I mean, I would like to join the Trump Facebook. But that's still not enough for me to sign up for Facebook.
You might be interested in the Donald subreddit.
I use a thing called a rotary phone. Why don't people have phones in their houses anymore?
I just had to teach my 16-year-old what a rotary phone is and how to use it.
You have a 16-year-old?
Sister.
Oh, you didn't say
okay,
sister.
Yeah, clarify.
Sister, sorry.
I was about to say, God, grew up quick.
Yeah.
We can
No.
believe his name. I got my phone in 1953, and I have had the same phone every single year since 1953. Every time I see Kelly, she's got a new phone. Every other week, she has to upgrade her phone for some reason. My phone works fine. What's wrong with Kelly's phone that she's got to upgrade it every 2 weeks? Apparently, the most exciting thing going on in Des Moines right now is crazy woman attacking the people at McDonald's.
Oh, I forgot about that.
It has blown up.
I have been to that McDonald's a few occasions while drunk.
That McDonald's is by my house.
Yep.
Yeah, East 14th and Euclid, right on sort of the corner there.
It's never been a great McDonald's, so I understand why she got upset because she was hungry.
I eat there quite often, and it doesn't seem that bad. They're usually pretty quick. I've never got an order wrong. I can't complain. I mean, my kid's crying in the back seat. He wants a Happy Meal. They get it to me quick. He eats a nugget. Everything's good. No more crying.
Man, I want chicken nuggets. Look, free disc.
I'm not calling for every single one of those discs.
Like there'll just be one phone number on it.
Maybe he stole a lot of people's discs, and I'm going to have to call like 30 people to say, hey, I found your disc.
How much did it cost?
In a bag left on the ground. But it turns out he's a massive disc thief, so you are welcome. All right, just to recap, we're here. We just finished hole 5. Kelly had a nice putt at the end of hole 5. Not
After some really bad drives, but good putt. Good putt.
Yeah, good putt.
Matt Still's not here.
Yeah,
I know we mentioned him in the beginning of the podcast, but...
So let's recap the Matt saga. So he texted me. He said he had stupid stuff to do. I texted him back, and I said, hey, you can do that stuff between 9 and midnight tonight. He texted back, okay, maybe I'll come out. Is anyone else going to be there other than you and Kelly? And I said, yes, Shantell is coming tonight. And he said, okay, I'm going to drop off my groceries and I'll be on my way.
That's why you wanted to come, because of me.
Maybe.
He just can't get enough of me.
I guess so. It's possible. Then he sent me a text that he was on his way. And then he sent me another text that he was in traffic and it may be a minute. Kelly and I...
that he was sitting in the house.
Yeah, Kelly, Shantell, and I assumed we would receive another text message later stating that traffic sucked and he had turned around and gone home.
But he was really doing laundry.
I just don't understand how a 20-minute drive tops took him 2 hours.
It was a pretty long drive, I'll give you that.
Traffic must have been real bad.
Yeah, traffic must have been terrible since in Des Moines traffic lasts at most 15 minutes.
I was once 40 minutes late getting somewhere because of traffic. In Ames once because there was major traffic in Ames. There was a major accident on 35 in between Des Moines and Ames, so I had to take the back way. Frisky Disc traffic report.
Matt Groom has arrived. Matt, since you just got here, let's have you recap. What will you be throwing tonight?
I have no idea what I'm throwing as a driver. That is up to Tim.
What are you doing as far as... Hey, don't use last names. Come on.
I think we already have. Oh man, your disc is cool.
It's not cool. It's Grateful Dead related. It's the worst.
It was cheap.
This just in. Grateful Dead is the worst.
Oh yeah. Everybody knows that.
And now to the weather chopper.
Actually,
we don't have a weather chopper. We don't have that kind of budget. Sorry, guys.
I do feel like the Venn diagram for Grateful Dead / Fish fans and disc golfers is almost a perfect circle.
You know what is a garbage band? A perfect circle.
So what is he throwing as far as a putter now?
So I guess, yes, the Go Gator Gold is apparently...
Hooray! Oh, and we had a change in Shantell's disc. She's now throwing a Beast from Innova and a putter from Go Gator Gold.
Really good people laying.
I was gonna
on
say,
the
are
disc
we
golf
gonna talk
course.
about the people that are about to do it on the disc golf course?
Yeah.
I thought that was
And
disc
I almost
culture.
hit them, like not super close, but enough that I should have yelled for.
Yeah, that's their bad.
And I want to know, like, should I have yelled for, or was I right being an asshole and resisting the urge because they were in the fucking disc golf course trying to fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
Did you not tell
That's
them
not
they
our
need to
fault.
go to the recharge station?
I know, but we will eventually return to disc golf. We're not
Yeah, we're not in any hurry. I mean,
it's beautiful out. It's like a balmy
I wouldn't
80
say balmy.
degree, sunny,
It's nice
not
out.
super
Yeah, you're
humid.
talking to somebody that lived in the South.
Yeah, it's not super hot. I lived in the South 45 years, and I'm not ashamed to say I lived in the South for 45 years.
45
Where did you live for the
45
rest
years.
of the other 35 years of your life, Tim?
Well, I was in the military, so I moved around a lot. You may have heard of one little skirmish I was involved in, WW2.
And then
But then again, with the way you millennials are these days, you probably too busy texting on your Facebooks and your Twitters to pay attention in history class.
for those of you who have just started listening to our podcast, / Matt, who just arrived, we recently informed them that Tim is the world famous geriatric disc golfer. He's 100 years old.
I've had my rotary phone since 1953. It's the same phone I've always had. I cannot see the numbers anymore, but I don't need to.
I wonder who tried to burn this table.
I don't know.
What was their story?
My guess is they were smoking and put a cigarette down.
There's no way they lit that whole spot on.
I think it's from the grill. They put a coal on it.
That's possible.
This spot is about as
They
big
must have
as
been really
like
drunk
not
to do
quite my
that.
fist, like 3/4.
It's probably more like a child's, maybe about a 7-year-old child, and perhaps that's how it was made.
That's
A
very
7-year-old
specific. How do you
child.
know about 7-year-old child's fist size?
More basing it on my 1.5-year-old's fist size, going from there.
Extrapolating the information.
Science.
There's something that's bothered us a long time about the culture of disc golfing, and it is how the closer tee, some will politely call it a lady tee, but let's be honest. Most of you out there, you call it a bitch tee, and that's not okay. It's offensive.
It's offensive to the bitches.
How do you how do you expect to get female players involved? Because you know y'all want female players because you lack interaction with females. How are you gonna get them involved when you're referring to the closest tee as a bitch tee? And I've been disc golfing for at least 4 years, maybe longer.
Thought you were gonna go with 40.
No, of course not. Disc golf didn't exist 40 years ago. Anyways, I have never seen a female use that tee. But I have seen children use that tee, so we feel it should be redubbed the children's tee. And this should enter the vernacular of every disc golfer so that you have an opportunity to meet a real-life female.
They're out there.
They exist. There's 2 here today, actually.
Just be sure to swipe right and not left if you think they're not a bot. Just a pro tip. Tinder pro tip.
I have no idea what she's talking about. I'm assuming it has to do with the Facebooks and the YouTubes.
No.
But if
It's that damn technology.
if that is what motivates you to call it a children's tee, that's fine. I don't care.
Hashtag children's tea.
Children's tee.
Hashtag pound sign.
You know what? That is the 12th on my rotary dial. So I guess I can get on the Twitters now.
So what'd your grandma tell you yesterday, Shan?
My grandma told me that sometimes she wishes she was a boy so she could go outside and pee.
That's the only reason that the guys like disc golfing, because they can pee
It
outside.
is a definite advantage, yeah. I mean, I go step in the woods.
That's the only reason why she wants to be a boy.
Nothing wrong with that. Well,
Yeah.
tell her she should buy a Shiwi.
I mean, there's probably other advantages to being male over female in the modern world.
Higher
but
wages. I
mean-
know that's not really true. The wage gap's not real, fellas
to
and
be
ladies.
fair, in my day, they mostly stayed in the kitchens and they raised our children's. But I guess I'm sort of a modern older fellow, and
Well, you be my grandma's age then.
I encourage them to continue to work
Maybe you should talk to my grandma.
as long as they continue to take care of the children and they take care of the housework. If you can't do all of it, then you probably shouldn't go to work.
Goddamn right.
Because you really need to be cooking my meal for when I get home.
And this is why millennials aren't having children, and instead they have cats.
I thought it was more because they're mostly antisocial creatures. They think they're funny by being sarcastic all the time. And they drive other people away. And they probably couldn't raise a child anyways because they're too worried about nurturing them.
Ugh.
I'd rather nature them.
Nurturing them's the only way to do it.
You're free! Don't drown!
You pump a couple times, 9 months later a kid comes out, doctor slaps him on the ass, take him home, wife feeds him. I mean, it couldn't get much better.
Goddamn right.
I mean, I mentioned earlier I have a 1.5-year-old. I mean, I see him occasionally.
You know what is a
I say,
garbage
"Woman,
man?
quiet that
Perfect
child
circle."
down. And she does. So it works out perfectly. Why is there always a lull when I yell at people? You either yell back or you cower away. You don't sit here. Choose one or the others. Fight or flight. It's nature.
Versus nurture?
Nurture. We didn't need nurturing when I was growing up. We just grew up. We got jobs when we were 10, and we provided for our families.
Those jobs were 10 miles from home, uphill both ways,
Exactly.
in 4 feet of snow.
Matt, I almost assume you're as geriatric as I am.
Not quite.
Look at that puppy. What a happy dog.
Oh, I should let my dog out.
Don't anybody fucking do it. Don't do that reference. It all went through our heads.
I didn't
Oh,
think
shit.
about it until you said
Don't
it, Tim.
fucking do that reference.
I was about
Who?
ready to.
We are
Who?
too good for that.
I wasn't. I was until you
What
brought it
It
up.
was until you mentioned something.
You don't want to know the reference.
It's a geriatric joke.
Yep.
Oh, I was thinking about that song about who let the dogs out.
Oh. Well,
is that the one you
at
were
least-
talking about?
At least she's just a guest on the podcast.
I guess. That's not good.
Man.
You were talking about?
Unfortunately,
Oh,
yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But hey, we did pretty good. We made it, I mean, a solid minute and 15 seconds. Without
We haven't
making
made a music
reference.
reference while recording this
I
whole
tend
time,
to
which
do
is
that.
Sure.
a
It's a
lot.
little odd.
actually Grateful Dead might be considered a music reference. If you
We were
consider
talking
that
about
music.
God damn it, you gotta let me
Oh.
chime in every now and again.
No. I've been watching a lot of Nurse Jackie, and she
Oh,
pretends to
Jesus
attend
Christ.
NA meetings.
God damn it.
I
Kelly.
told you not to bother with that stupid ass
I'm
show.
almost done with it.
When was this show released?
In 2009?
God damn it, Kelly, why do you know this? You
'Cause-
know why? Because you're watching it, and then you're reading crap about it.
I want to know who the characters are and if they're in anything else.
God damn it, Kelly.
Just, you fill your head with so much useless information, when there's got to be more useful information to fill it with, like how to plow a field, how to plant some seeds, how to breed cows.
How to make a sandwich.
Exactly. How to nut a cat so you don't get too many barn cats. It's all very simple.
Just a rubber band and this cool like clamp thing. That's at least how we did it with the goats.
So at least you have that information. Good job, Kelly.
I know how to castrate a goat.
Well, I guess it would transfer to kittens also.
Mhm. And potentially men.
They do that with pigs, too.
They sure do. And those are things you actually need to know to survive.
And they
Not
showed it on
when
TV
Nurse
once.
Jackie aired its first season.
To
I
you
tried
by
it.
Blue Moon Belgian White again, because
Hey, hey.
Shantell would like some
I
try.
was about to say, yeah, let's hold up, see what
Yeah.
Shantell thinks of the Belgian White.
It's not that bad.
I was going to say, Shantell actually is somewhat of a beer snob, if I
I
remember
am.
correctly, so...
It's a brewed
I
with
love
Volenia,
beer.
which I have no idea what that is. An orange peel, which I know what that is.
I mean, it's one of the better corporate fake craft brews. I'll give you
Not
that.
bad.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
it was on sale. Almost got something cheaper, but this was cheaper than that.
In my day, we had Schlitz and PBR. My doctor made me start drinking the Miller Lite. When I die in the next 6 months to a year, because I am very elderly, and I have a lot of health problems, and I probably drink way too much for my age, but you know what? I've lived my life. I should be allowed to have a beer, or two, or three, or four,
Or
or
six.
5, or 6, or 7, don't interrupt me, or 8, or 9, or 10, or perhaps an entire 24-pack at my age.
At the disc golf course.
Or anywhere. At a childcare center, at a mosque, at a church,
At
any
a
government
child softball game.
baseball game, football game, hockey game, basketball game, lacrosse game, or
Bocce game.
bocce. You people love your bocce. I'm gonna
Apparently.
be drunk at it. Let's see. Ping pong games, pool games, skip rope tournaments.
Skip rope.
Fucking skip rope. So, as you can tell, Tim is from the south, where they do not know that it's called a jump rope.
It's skip rope. right, we just finished up the 9th hole. We just want to thank Shantell for coming out tonight and being our first special guest on Frisky Discs. And, if she keeps showing up, maybe she'll be a permanent host.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank you, Shantell.
Thank you.
Maybe next time we can talk more about your dog
And his homework.
and his
Oh,
homework.
yeah.
I think that's what her
Her
homework.
homework.
I think that's probably what we'll be most interested in talking about next time.
I'll
But
let you know how it goes.
for tonight, we'll let you slide on letting us know what the hell dog homework is.
I want to believe it's arithmetic.
All right.
So it is
said-
doggy arithmetic.
Count to 4, and it barked to 4.
All right. And with
Yeah, it's quite cool.
that, we will bid Shantell adieu.
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 To you and you and you.
Bye-bye.
And
Bye bye.
Just-
We got our first golfer up.
Oh, he hit
Oh, tree bounce.
a tree. Tree bounce.
Against the ugly tree, by the way.
No, it wasn't the ugly tree. It
Oh,
was the
it
tree
wasn't?
behind it.
All right, they've all made their first shots. I didn't see anything too impressive
No.
out of this group.
We saw a near hole in one before, so we were hoping we could. Comment.
Yeah, that's what's up. The last group was very good. We would have heard some real good, I guess,
Snark.
love for the game, honestly. No, I mean, we were very impressed by the last set of golfers. These guys aren't bad, but I don't think we're worse than them.
You guys might say we're on par with them.
All right, that dude in black and orange disc.
I have no idea where it went because it's over the hill.
Yeah, but I think it was a pretty decent shot.
I think it's close.
He
White
got to
disc,
land
white
far.
shirt.
Hey, look at that.
Oh,
Super
nice.
close.
Yeah,
That was
man, white
real
shirt.
close.
Not bad.
Tie-dye man.
Straight
Tie-dye
down.
man.
Oh.
Tie-dye man, very good.
Oh, wait, second disc.
Ah, 2 disc.
Got actually
Two
threw
disc
about the
tie-dye
same.
man.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I think all these guys are gonna hit par. So we were talking way too much shit before. Because we're not that good, actually.
No. Tim did get a par.
I did get a par on this hole earlier today. It's always exciting when you do well at disc golf.
It is.
I think the best I did was 2 over par.
I think you had kind of a rough day on your drives.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you've done better on the drives, but you had a very impressive putt game on at least 2 holes, if not more.
Yeah.
And that's 2 out of 9.
I was only here
which
for 3.
is
Yeah.
like 22%.
Yeah, no. I mean,
What are you doing, man?
it's mostly about having fun, but it's also more fun when you're actually good at it.
Yeah.
Get good.